Yeah. I'll need you after. All right, Mr. Chou. Hello.
Mess.
Welcome to the stream. Hello.
Hello,
First of
hello.
all, congratulations.
Thank you.
7 round greaser. It was quite the journey, I imagine. Taking it home with Shanks, very strong deck. Can you tell us a little bit more? We've seen a lot of different builds of Shanks going around recently. You've got like from last set Animal Shanks. You've got Rush Shanks, Control Shanks.
Yep.
Seeing how you played, you pretty much played on curve. You had the Rue, which I find more in the control builds of Shanks.
Yep.
Beckman, so on and so forth. But you also were running those dragons. They came in, they hit hard.
They hit super hard.
So can you tell me a little bit about your build and why you chose that specific build of Shanks?
So pretty much, my build is mostly a control mix a bit
Okay.
with a few pieces that I needed for aggro matchup pretty much.
Perfect.
Mostly 2 Senjis, right? The 3-cost one, the new one.
Okay.
Those are hitting 6, so super hard, especially for the mirror match.
6 very
If
early.
you're
Yeah.
going, if you're going first, you mostly want to find them on this. So going 6, so most of the time that's what you want. And the new Monkey Luffy, right? The Rush Luffy.
Yeah, the 5-cost Luffy from the starter
Yeah,
deck.
from the starter deck, those are super clutch, and most of the matchups I saw.
Perfect.
Saw them.
Perfect. Are you opting to run Gold Roger for like the Blackbeard matchup, or how do you sort of find those kind of matchups with your current list of Shanks?
Yeah, pretty much. The first thing is the dice, right?
Dice roll, yeah.
You have to
That's
win
half
that.
that's half the battle.
That's the first battle, right?
Yep.
If you win the dice, then it's gonna be depending on what you see in the hand.
Sure.
Most of the time, you want to hit 6 or so, same thing. So if you have the Senji, actually, I like to play the Senji instead.
Okay,
At the
okay.
second turn. So to force them to have the 4 cards.
The 4 Shiryu. Okay, perfect. Do you feel like you lose a lot if you play that Sanji and they address it immediately with the Shiryu, or is the card draw kind of enough? You're forcing the play in that sense?
The card draw is enough most of the time.
Okay.
Right? So you cycle back, at least have card.
Perfect. Can you tell us a little bit about your matchup so far? Like, what did you go through today? Obviously, we saw the last one being Buggy. I'm sure you were quite happy to get that matchup. Can you tell us what were some matchups you had throughout the day that you maybe liked, you didn't like, close games, so on and so forth?
So the closest one that I was losing mostly, and the guy did a giant misplay at the end,
Okay.
was Purple Luffy.
Purple Luffy, interesting. Okay.
Because that one, it's the new version, the event version of Purple Luffy.
Oh, with the Dofi and the Rosinante,
those
the Noru Beam and all of that good
Yeah.
stuff. Yes.
That one was the one that was going to lose.
Okay.
But he did a giant misplay because he miscalculated my life. I
Ah.
had 1 more life. He put every single doll into the big boss
Okay.
and tried to finish the game.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
just took it because I had 1 life.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's mostly what it is.
What
For that one-
matchups did you like to see? Some easy matchups you might have had for the day.
One for me was NL. Yeah, that was
NL.
one of the easy matchup for me because I had 3 tank costs and Shanks
Oh
on the
wow.
board.
And no Raigo.
And yeah, no Raigo, so
we-
they can't do anything about
We
it.
can be thankful that there's no Raigo as Shanks players
Yeah.
for sure.
So
And-
NL was really one of the easiest matchup for me. And then I had 2 kids actually. Versus 2 kids. I think most of the time because the dragon, the pressure of the dragon I had, it was super good for me.
I was just gonna ask. I've seen a big spike in yellow kid
Yeah.
decks.
Normally it's a hard match. because
Okay.
Doing the law turn and then the kid turn afterwards.
It's a lot for the Shanks to
it's a
handle.
lot
Yeah.
For the Shanks to handle normally. But if they miss the law turn, you pretty much have it.
You keep aggressing them
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
All right, perfect.
putting pressure.
Do you find the cards like the Nico Robin and the Hawkins cause you a bit of a problem?
Not with the Lucky Roo version of the deck, right?
Okay.
So if I have Lucky Roo, I just block and pop.
Just block,
then-
pop. Even if you trash the life, you're sort of getting 1 for 1 there in terms of value. Beautiful, perfect. Awesome. Are there any comments, things you want to mention? Congratulations again. It was a long run. You took it
Yeah.
all the way. I want to say congratulations again.
Thank you. For now, no much comment. I guess I'm gonna go try the next one maybe, and then we'll see each other again.
Perfect. And are you going to be playing at the Montreal Regional coming up?
No, I'll try to sign up for that one. That
Okay, you weren't in. Okay,
so
perfect.
I'll do the side event. I'll see you there.
Hopefully you get in, and we hope to see you near the top there as well, representing Shanks, I guess.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you again, Chou, and congratulations again.
Yeah. Thanks.
Perfect. All right, and, long awaited by multiple members in chat. We've got Andrea joining us here, the Buggy player.
What is up?
Congratulations.
What is up? Thank you,
Bittersweet
thank you.
ending.
Yeah.
But
It kind of was.
second place is we
Yeah.
can't complain.
Hopefully,
it's great.
Yeah.
We did see you back to back on stream. Back to back to back, I think.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
you were in
yeah,
the last
yeah,
three.
yeah.
We've dubbed you here the Teach Destroyer. They were close games. We saw, it was very well played by the Teach players.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you had those answers. Can you tell us a little bit about the deck list? I saw some options. What is it? The event card.
3,000 worlds. Yeah, I think like you have to know how to play the deck, but it's not that hard playing Buggy, right?
Right.
So I think what changes is like those 8 cards that you switch. So either it's like Margaret, 3,000 worlds. You can also have I play Kaya and Jozu.
Yeah, I saw
For,
that.
for the bounce, it's really useful. 7k body is amazing.
For Shanks, of course. You
Yeah.
don't want to see it, but that 7K really.
Exactly. I mean,
gets
it
you
helps
above
for Shanks when you don't have the promo. You can take back Kaya, bounce back Lucky Roo.
Right.
It's not the best play, but it does work. Unfortunately, in that last Shanks matchup, having the 5 for 7 vanilla is good, but then I didn't have anything else,
Yeah.
so that was the end of that. But the teach, especially the first game, it was really hard. I think just cycling and keeping your 2Ks, being careful
Yeah.
when you waste them, that's very important.
I saw the Kaya come in clutch at one point. I think it was in the Teach game, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken, where
yeah.
you got the promo Buggy off of it. You were
Yeah.
sort of digging in. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Really showed me how good Kaya
So
was.
yeah, I think a lot of people play like a one-of Kaya. That's what I've been talking to a lot of Buggy players, but I run it at 2 or 3. I think 2 because I put some sabos, the 4-cost sabos in.
I did see that in your
Yeah.
hand, and I really like that. I would have
Yeah.
liked to see it maybe against the Shanks.
Yeah.
Maybe to try and stick something.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yes.
quite the good tech choice
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it is a good tech. It's for Lucci and Shanks,
also.
basically. But honestly, like you have to play it either on 4 or 10, because if you don't, it's gonna just ruin your whole tempo.
Right, right.
So you have to be careful when you play it. It is a good card, but I might take it out just because it's not that useful and you're playing a 2K out of hand, right?
Right,
So I
right.
might up the Kayas to have more targets for the Jozu.
More consistency there. You can dig
Exactly,
deeper.
exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, last round you didn't want to see the Shanks. Did you see any other Shanks today, or can you tell us a little bit about your matchups other than the teaches that we saw earlier?
So I started off, I played against Red Purple Kid. So that
Wow.
was not bad.
Nice.
He dropped, I think it was a version that has a lot of 3s.
Okay.
So he had the puddings and the blocker there that plus his, I think, wire plus 2K when you don minus.
Right.
I played that, then I played, I forget. Anyways, I think I went against 2 Zoros, 2 Teach. So Zoro's really, it's pretty easy. You have to be
As long as you
careful.
have that
Yeah,
promo.
you have to have the promo. Be careful though, because like when you mulligan, like even if you don't have it, you can, if you're going, like I think if you have a good hand, don't mulligan just for the promo because you'll draw it
You
eventually.
can dig into your deck.
Like
yeah.
I played both my promos on my 7 Dawn turn and I still won both games.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
We see in the chat there's a question here. Someone's asking, why no Lucci? Well, I guess that knows you.
I love Lucci. I've been playing it. I started OP 7, but then they had the stage, so I sold my deck because it was really expensive. I went back to it after they banned the stage. No Lucci because Shanks is hard. It's even harder with Buggy. But I hate having to rely on Kaido and Jack to win my teach games.
Yeah.
And
Both
also,
of them not searchable too.
yeah, so
that's-
it's really, it sucks. And I usually, like, I went 2 weeks in a row at like big tournaments. I finished 2nd and 4th with Lucci, so it's like still very
not
good
bad.
deck, viable. But I hate having to rely on unsearchable cards to win the game. And even if you do see 2 Kaidos, you still have to play it well. So it's hard. It's also much more math. Very
Oh, yeah.
very difficult to play Lucci.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Perfect, beautiful. Any other comments, things you want to say? Congratulations again.
Yeah, thank
Second
you.
place with Buggy.
Yeah.
A lot of people were rooting for you in the chat. A lot of Buggy fans, so it was good to see. And
Yeah, it was
you know,
good to see, yeah.
we don't see Buggy too much, but I was happy
No.
that you repped it and you got that far.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. Well, congrats to the winner, Chou. And
course.
thank you for having me, man.
Perfect. Thank you again. And maybe we'll not on stream, but we'll get a deck list sometime because
Sure.
some people are also
Sure,
very
sure,
interested
sure.
for you and the winner.
No problem.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you again.
Insane. Thank you.